In the past few months, we have seen several great phones being launched in the under 40,000 rupee price bracket, and even in the under 30 and under 20,000 rupees, we have seen some nice phones. But what differentiates them is the chipset. But we have all been dreaming that absurd dream that what if that flagship chipset could be brought in the budget segment? What all things you'll have to let go of and what all compromises you'll have to make. You're watching India Today Tech, I'm Rahul Sethi, and let's take a look at the phone that makes this dream true and what all it packs. We're talking about the Poco F1. Let's get started. From afar, the Poco F1 looks like a generic phone. Xiaomi has been using this design for its budget phones, and the Poco F1 is the same. It's made out of plastic and it's no different from what the Redmi Note 5 offers. That is average usable build quality, but nothing surprising or nothing amazing to look at. Of course, to differentiate, Xiaomi has put a notch display, and I think in future Xiaomi would bring the notch display to the budget segment phones as well. But I think it deserves a closer look. If you hold the phone in the hands, you will see it's slightly wider and not very tall, which gives it a very balanced ergonomics. Samsung has done the same thing with its latest phone, the Galaxy Note 9. It has made it slightly wider and less tall. A tall phone is quite difficult to use. You're not able to reach the drop-down menu easily. You're not able to reach the other corner of the screen. So that is one thing that differentiates Poco F1 from budget phones from Xiaomi. Also, the rear styling is quite nice. I won't say it's flagship level, but it's not bad either. Thankfully, Xiaomi has included the headphone jack, which was missing on the Mi A2. And there's also a dual speaker setup. The earpiece gets converted into a speaker, but it's nothing great. For the rest, buttons are tactile. The fingerprint scanner is easy to reach. And though the bezels are not very thin, both at the sides and at the bottom, you get a notch that is very iPhone 10 like, and I think many of you may like that. And talking about the display, the resolution is best you can get for this price. It's full HD plus, and the notch display also gives it a great feel. The aspect ratio is 19:9, but the apps are optimized for the notch display, which is great. But if you compare it with other flagship phones like the OnePlus 6, it doesn't have an AMOLED panel. It's an IPS LCD. It's not very punchy. The brightness levels are not that great. But yes, if you're viewing the display indoors, it will not disappoint you. In fact, if the price is anything to go by, we'll have to compare with the Xiaomi Mi A2, and it's definitely a better screen. The colors are sharper, and since it's a glossy panel, they look amazing on the display. If you like watching YouTube or Netflix very frequently, and that too indoors, the Poco F1 would be a very nice phone. But of course, the best part about the phone is the performance. The Poco F1 runs Android 8.1 Oreo with MIUI 9.6 on top compared to the MIUI 9. That is, you get an app drawer now, and there are a few changes here and there, but mostly it's the same interface you get on budget Xiaomi phones. But what's different is that the Poco F1 is very fast. It's been long we haven't seen such a fast phone running MIUI. The phone handles app animations and all the graphics with ease. Gaming is also amazing on the phone, and Xiaomi has made special arrangements so that the phone doesn't heat up. There's liquid cooling system inside. It's a system very similar to what you see in cars. There's a coolant that takes the heat out of the engine and cools off in a different compartment using a fan. Though it doesn't have a fan, of course, but there's an arrangement to take away heat from the processor and distribute it around the phone so that the temperature won't reach alarming levels. The fingerprint scanner on the Poco F1 is quite fast, and so is the face unlock as well, though it's also quite secure since it uses an IR sensor and it doesn't work when your eyes are closed. You will find some irregularities while using it under bright outdoor conditions. During our use, the battery on the phone lasted us a whole day, and unless you're using it extensively, including playing a lot of games, you won't have trouble getting a good battery backup from the phone. We have talked about the cameras in a quick review as well, and our further testing reveals that it's quite an average camera. It's not as great as what you get on the Mi A2 for example, but it's not bad either. It captures good quality photos in good light with good detail and with mostly spot on colors. Dynamic range is good too. Same is true about photos taken in tricky light, although the photos may not always come out to be good. This is probably due to the aggressive noise reduction software that the phone uses in the background to process images. You'll see the details get reduced and create a pastel color effect in photos. The app is AI powered, so it can auto-identify scenes and find out what you are shooting. It will only slightly overprocess the image so that you can put it directly on Instagram, but it's nothing amazing. On front, the Poco F1 has a 20 megapixel camera which captures enough detail. In this regard, it's as good as the Mi A2, and since it's not really a selfie phone, there's nothing against the photos it can take. At this price point, we can't really have anything against the Poco F1. It offers you Snapdragon 845 chip with 6 GB of RAM at 21,000 rupees, which is in itself an amazing package. But there are two questions that still remain unanswered. First, how did Xiaomi really achieve such great cost cutting? And second, will you be even able to buy the Poco F1 at this price? Because as you know already, Xiaomi is notorious for its flash sale methods, and it will bring very little quantities of phones for a very short period of time. Xiaomi has answered the first one, but we don't really know about the second right now. After Xiaomi was done making all of its flagships like the Mi 8 and many other phones that it sells in China, there were leftover items like the chipset, the camera modules and other stuff. So the company has taken all that stuff and assembled it into what we call the Poco F1. So it's really made out of leftover materials, and that is the reason it's very cheap. But whatever it is, our experience with the Poco F1 had been great, and indeed it's a great phone to buy at this price point. If you're planning to buy it on the 29th of August, let us know in the comment section below if you're able to get it or not. And if you'd like to skip this phone, also do let us know your reasons in the comment section below. If you've liked this video, hit the thumbs up button and share it with your friends. And subscribe to our channel to get latest videos on smartphones and other gadgets like this. Thank you for watching.